Hey there, what's up, everybody? It's Dr. Shazetta. I pray you guys are doing well. Happy Friday to you. I am sitting back out on my parents' porch, and it probably looks like to you, if you watched yesterday, that I am sitting in the same place and have been sitting here for 24 hours. But I promise you, it is another day. I am just have on essentially the same clothes. I did take them off so they're clean. All these disclaimers, right? But I am sitting out on the porch today doing my work. Yesterday was a day off. Today is a day when I'm actually working, primarily doing video calls and things like that. But I talked to you yesterday about kind of being in the place of birthing new things, and so today I've been sitting with that and continuing to think through that, and I had an epiphany. But first, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Dr. Shazetta, and this is Dr. Shazetta's The Well Life. That is the place where intellect, creativity, and inspiration collide. My little corner of the internet where I allow myself to lean into the fullness of who I am intentionally and unapologetically. So, if that sounds like something that you'd like to be a part of, I invite you to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you can receive a notice whenever I upload new content. I'd love to have you a part of the community. And if you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. As I've been sitting thinking about what it means to birth out new things, part of that has been reflecting on why, when I have attempted to push things out in times prior, those things haven't worked so well for me. And one of the things that has repeatedly come back to me is that I have birthed out things in ways that are not sustainable. And I didn't realize that they were not sustainable because I had become so accustomed to putting myself on the back burner, not thinking about my own wellness, not thinking about my own self-care, not thinking about the likelihood that I would burn out if I kept pushing as hard as I was. And I was always putting the needs of others before mine. And so this time, what is clear to me as I navigate this kind of space of mental clarity that I've been gifted with um, at this particular time, I am realizing or have realized that part of it is because I have tried to go the road alone. What does it mean to then build instead a team or a network, a village, if you will, around me to support these entrepreneurial or business ideas that I have? I have been able to master several skill sets, right, over the years, branding and graphic design and video production and photography and all of those things. But because I allowed those things to be utilized and overutilized and in some cases exploited, I became burned out, and many of those things no longer bring me the immense amount of joy that they used to. I pray that it will return at some point, but not for this. I want to do those things when I have the inspiration to do them. I want to do those things when I just want to do them as a creative outlet, but not as something that I have to do to sustain me as a side hustle for anyone else's needs or purposes. And so today, what I have decided, or really yesterday, what I decided to do was to begin reaching out to people who I know are experts in the areas of assistance that I will need. So, graphic design, project planning, business plan writing, legal, those sorts of things. And I have gotten over the idea that has sometimes held me back, that I didn't want to spend the money to pay others for their expertise when it was something that I could do for myself. I used to make myself feel guilty about outsourcing because they were skills that I could do for myself and it would not cost me money. What I didn't realize was that it was costing me time, and in time, it was therefore costing me money. And so I want to encourage you today, when you are pushing out ideas, to think about the ways that you might employ paid or bartered or whatever the alternative currency is that you might consider, is to look at the ways in which you have people around you who you've either encountered through your work, who you've encountered through your social spaces, who maybe you have in your family, or that you have seen or heard about, how you reach out to those individuals and begin cultivating a means of exchange that is mutually beneficial to all of you. And that helps you push your vision forward. I think a lot of times because A, we don't want to spend money, or B, we are afraid, right, to reach out to others, or afraid to hand something over to someone else in fear that they will not do it as well as we wanted it done, or will not do it the same way that we do it, or that they will, I don't know, whatever other fears might come from it. You think about those and drop them in the comments if there are other fears that you've had. But those things, those hesitations will hold us back and cause us to place good ideas on the shelf that are very possibly meant to be the things that cause our increase or our overflow or our prosperity or our financial freedom or our location freedom. And so thinking this way now for the first time, um, has been really liberating for me. And so I want to invite you today, as you are thinking about your dreams and your visions and the things that you want to build for yourself, the ideas that you have put on the back burner, I want you to think about what it means to allow yourself to reach out and begin having conversations with people that you can contract with or barter with to help you push the vision out. Um, and remember, this isn't about you saying, oh, I can do it myself, so let me save the money. No, this is about you valuing yourself and your time enough to know that just because you can do something does not mean that you have to be the one that has to do it. And so I will keep you all posted on what this looks like. And what it feels like as I'm having these conversations and kind of the results of it. I'm hoping that by handing over an idea to someone that I am contracting with and saying, this is my overall vision, help me to operationalize it, and handing that over then to a marketing person, a graphic designer, and saying, this is what we have come up with, this is our timeline for it. Now I need you to help us build a brand that is marketable visually, technologically, and all of those things. Yeah, I'm excited about it, and it is kind of a breath of fresh air. I am revisiting even my toolkit, right? I'm videoing right now, kind of. I was going to say unrelated, but it's actually related. I'm videoing right now on the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, which is mind boggling and mind blowing to me. I picked this up on Amazon a few weeks ago when I saw, um, after I watched a couple of videos of people talking about it, and it has a Leica lens on it, which for my photography friends, and I'm a Leica photographer, that is was kind of cool for me. I don't know if it was important, but it's kind of cool for me. But this camera that I've used exclusively for this trip, I've used it to photograph some memory things for my family and my father during this time. But also I've been using it primarily for my video and content creation, and it pairs with my DJI mics. It has turned out to be perfect. And so I've got that in my iPad mini here. I'm rethinking, right, what I need in order to produce the content and results that I want to produce without weighing myself down, literally or figuratively. At some point, I will perhaps offload video editing to someone else, but right now I enjoy doing it, and it's not a heavy lift for me to do. So I want to encourage you, as you are pressing your way through, thinking about the things that you are birthing, thinking about the things that you are re-envisioning. As my pastor, Reverend Dr. Nika Wilson Brown, would say, think about the new world that we are building. To revisit your tools, to revisit your village and your network that you have around you, to revisit your strategy, and to revisit how you care for yourself in the midst of all of this. Navigating what I'm navigating right now with my family and my father. On the one hand, there is a bit of guilt that I was feeling about thinking about new things and new business and new things, period, right? And also, I've realized that this has been a kind of self-care for me over these last couple of weeks, an opportunity for me to engage in something that is life-giving, something that pours into me, and really something that I think is honoring the life of my father and honoring the legacy of work and creativity that has been a part of my life and childhood for so long. So I'm interested in engaging with you about the ways in which you are thinking about and reimagining and imagining and creating and birthing out new visions and ideas. and how you are equipping yourself to push, but I'm also interested in how we might support each other as a community and a network in this season. And so I hope that you will subscribe. I hope that you will drop some comments down. I hope that you will like and will share. And I hope that you'll come back as I continue to share with you all what I'm thinking through and what I'm doing in those processes. I love y'all, and I'm glad that you're here, and I'm really appreciative of your watching and you giving me your attention. I'll talk real soon now. Take good care.